G'day, mate, and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. We're on the community map, mainly because it's the last day of the month and I'm about to actually kill the map off entirely, so I thought we'd do one final tour to see how it's doing. So, this being my own personal community map for you guys, right, I went and played with a couple of mods just to see how they work together. So, we had the cargo ships mod, which basically puts invisible train tracks on the water that you can run ships on, along with gives you oil rigs out, or deep oil, whatever they're called. Let me find one. Where is one? Here. Deep sea oil, which have a very, very high yield, except you'll only find one of them at a time. So they're really, really handy. Now, we tried playing with this mod, and unfortunately, it crashed the game. Crashed the whole server, actually, quite a few times. But it was interesting, I guess, to play with. In the end, we found that just running landfill out and hooking a pump straight up to it and running it to tanks and to trains was definitely the way to go. The ship method was just a little bit too slow because they don't run until a ship hooks up to them. And then the ships have a very, very large cargo, so it takes forever to fill up a ship. And then forever to empty a ship. So, yeah, we went with that method. We also threw SpaceX, well, I also threw SpaceX onto the server. Now, SpaceX, normally you've got to launch like one of all these things, 2 fuel cells, 4 thrusters, 10 hull components, and 1 FTL drive. I, in my infinite wisdom, thinking, hey, I want something that's going to take, my community about a month to complete. I decided to crank all the items up to a 25 multiplier, thinking that would maybe slow everybody down. It turns out it took them 2 weeks. 2 weeks and the whole SpaceX massive rocket was launched. Done. And we'd built a mega base. So, yeah. So, we're going to have a little bit of a wander around. This was the main base, which, as you can see, has been completely reverted into... it makes lots of circuits now. Lots and lots and lots of circuits. For some of the circuits get shipped out, I understand. Or maybe not. Maybe they all just stay right here. I honestly can't tell because I haven't been able to get on the server for about a week and a half whilst I was moving. And then on top of that, I haven't had time since the move's done because I haven't been able to stream because I'm now set up in the dining room and it's a temporary setup on a temporary table currently because my proper table is still at the old house and I haven't moved it across yet because I want to revarnish the top of the table. Anyway, all that's besides the point. So we have what was the original base with a nice neat bus here has all been underground and turned into the Great Circuit Drop-Off. With heaps of plastic from our, where is it? Petroleum. Yeah, from our petroleum train that just dumps heaps and heaps of liquids straight into the bus and makes red circuits and everything else on site. We also have, we have a Mojo Make Everything, which, to be perfectly honest with you, didn't make much. Can I actually break science? I really want to turn science off. No. Okay. The Mojo Make Everything, whoever dropped in a blueprint didn't configure it properly or had a old blueprint of Mojo's and it didn't quite make most things. Basically everything we asked for, it didn't pump out. So, yeah, be careful when dumping random blueprints into a multiplayer map. Actually confirm that you know what you're doing and that the blueprints actually work because as you can see, we've just built, we've built our own gear production. We've built our own production for all the armor stuff. We've built our own pretty light up counter. Thanks, Blooper. Along with, I have no idea what this counter does. Maybe it's total rockets launched. No. Total satellites launched. It's a counter that does something, and I'm willing to bet it's something very important. And Blooper didn't mark it on the map at all. So we have no idea what it does. At the same time as SpaceX, also threw on another mod, and it's It's more science. Cargo ships, more science. Yeah, so we threw on more science. Now, more science does a few things. One, it changes the rocket parts. So rather than having the 3 base components that go into a rocket, we now have, actual rocket parts. Where are these rocket parts? They're hidden in here somewhere. Here we go. We now need hull components. We need ion thrusters. We need ion boosters. We need a fusion reactor. We need a shield array. We need a laser array, for those pesky asteroids. Or the biters that launch rockets. Biters that launch rockets definitely need lasers to take them out. And then we can build a rocket, which only happens inside a rocket lab. Inside a rocket silo. So, just a slight tweak of the way the rocket parts are done. At the same time, there's a slight tweak to the science. So if we go to the tech tree, you can see we now have to research science, which, if you pay attention to the Friday Facts, it's something that we know is coming in version 17. You actually have to research the ability to unlock the next pack. The one thing that Factorio version 17 is not doing, but this mod does, is it turns all the packs into a liquid, on the premise that, they look like a jar full with a science liquid. So you have to put the liquid in jars, which means you have to bring that back up, JD. Make bottles from sand and glass with a cork on top to give you an empty bottle, to then put the liquids into the empty bottles to give you science packs. So I put that mod on, and I, to be honest with you, I regret doing it. It turned what is a nice simple science into this monstrosity, which I spent... I jump on the community server as often as I can. I generally try to spend about 1 hour a day on the community server. So it turned into, make trees. Yes, actual whole trees. To then replant the trees to give us saplings. Okay, so we've got saplings that go back in and make more trees. We're good so far. At the same time, we take the trees off, and with a saw, yes, you have to build a saw from iron and steel to make a saw, to throw that into assembler, which will then give you wood. You actually have to build wood. It's one of those annoying mods that makes you build wood. To then run all your wood, and yes, this is all making wood, and a lot of the production's off currently, but we do actually produce and need this much wood at times when everything's running it flat out. To make it into... convert raw wood into wood, to then make corks, to run our corks along into our bottling machines, which are using sand, which comes from a water process of purifying water. So we go from water to purified water, outputting sand. All the sand comes down, and we've also got backup stone, which you can turn into sand as well. Yep, we needed a backup to put the sand all on a giant bus, to then be fed into 2 furnaces. That's all we actually had to, all we actually needed, because turns out it doesn't take long to get glass when you go in with 10 beacon, 12 beacon furnaces, to then shove it into a single bottler. We have 1 bottling machine. Sorry, 2. Oh, wow. The base got upgraded. We've got a few bottling machines now, it seems. To then come over to here to make science. So, you've seen this before. Yeah. Red science packs. Red science packs are basically unchanged. It's gears and copper. But then our red science packs are crushed and turned into a liquid, which is definitely new. And that liquid needs a pickaxe added to it to pickaxe to shatter the glass bottle to make red liquid. To then red liquid comes in here with purified water to give you green science. No, green liquid. We still don't have green science. Green liquid. Where is our green science? Because this is all the components we need for green science. I just can't remember where I actually built it. Because I literally spent 4 days building this science build. And it was ripped up and rebuilt quite a few times. Green liquid. Okay, so, well, there we go. There's our green liquid. Our green liquid gets shoved into an empty bottle and outputs a full bottle of green liquid. Yeah, green science. That's how you actually get a green science pack. But to go from red science to green science, we've got military science, as you can see right here. You know, it needs most of the things it normally needs. It needs AP ammo and gun turrets. It doesn't need grenades. We saved a little bit there, you know, simplified our life slightly. Unfortunately, the military liquid needs to come along here and actually be bottled up into more stupid military packs. Green liquid also gets turned into dark blue. And dark blue gets turned into purple. And dark blue also gets turned to yellow science. Because science packs got split up completely. So we've got red science, green science, military science, we're good so far, into dark blue, which is basic science fluid 3, into purple, which is advanced science fluid 1, into yellow, which is advanced science fluid 2. At the same time, on the other side of the build, we've got green science going into basic automation science fluid, which green science stops there. Orange fluid comes out. Orange fluid is your basic automation science fluid. It is also what you need for basic power science fluid. So we got this lovely light blue one. And then you need light blue to make basic logistics science fluid, which is this lovely purple one here. So this is the sort of nightmare we had building this system. And at one stage we were doing everything with flying barrels. Avoid flying barrels, please. If you can ever avoid flying barrels, avoid flying barrels. So that's our science built, you know, all of this with all this copper to make enough red science to make enough green science. Because the other thing we have is we have diminishing returns. So, are you going to tell me? Here we go. For 50 basic science fluid 2, you need 100 basic science fluid 1. If you go up again, you need 100 basic science fluid 2 for 50 military. So, I need, for 50 military, I actually need 150 military, I need 100 green, I need 200 red. And that flows all the way down where we constantly have diminishing returns for all these things. So, we needed a red science build this big to doing, like, literally, we're doing really, really low numbers. We're doing 250 science packs per minute. Like, if you want a challenge ever, install the More Science mod. If you really, 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 really want a challenge, pop SpaceX in with it. Okay? Because when you pop SpaceX in with it, to then do your infinite science research, and yeah, orange just got to spit out all the way over here before we can actually get somewhere to bottle it, because there's just a lack of space with all the beaconage. Anyway, I can't find it now. No. Where is... Somebody pick up a science bottle. Take it somewhere. Here we go. Science packs are flowing down here. Oh, here it is. Okay, so after you've got your basic science packs, to do infinite research, you actually need an infused science pack. Okay? To get an infused science pack, the recipes are here. You need a basic science pack plus 10 extreme science fluid pack, which is from here. Okay? And it's simple, you know, you take 10 space science and you hit it with a steel axe and you get 100 extreme science fluid. So that means if you want any of these at all, you need to take 2 normal science, add 1, so 2 normal science, add 1 space science to it, and a steel axe to get out 1 of the infused science packs. So this leads to this mess. Basically, all the science we're going and producing only gets us to the end of the tech tree. From there, we're then going to cart it all the way over here. And again, same story. We've got to unbottle each one of these into a machine and then rebottle it up after we've added the extra fluid, which comes in from here. Here we go. We're taking all the space science, hitting it with a steel axe, shattering it, and dumping it into pipes. Yes, this thing is a pipe nightmare of a mod, because every single science pack lives in pipes as a liquid. It's awesome. Oh, shoot me now. Anyway, so yeah, everything's got to be piped. It's got to be shoved. It's got to be, you know, put in places. On top of that, to do a extreme science pack, you actually need to have the yellow fluid and the purple fluid being further on the blue side of the science pack, because, you know, blue, purple, yellow. Yeah, to get extreme science, to infuse extreme science, infuse rocket science. All right, this mod was an absolute nightmare. Consequently, if we bring back up production stats, as I said, they halve all the time. So we're doing 250 per minute, and then when you come down to the infused ones, we're doing 126 science per minute. This is why after a month, we're only up to mining productivity 78. And honestly, the biggest hassle we actually had with this mod is because everything's fluids, and we know how Factorio loves fluids. The system is large. See, 1 green for another red circuit for a small blue. Needs belting resources. Check if prod mods, rest of build. Because it didn't matter. Like I said, I spent 4 days just doing this. Somebody knocked this together in a day, because that was a lot easier by that stage. Basic everything halved. You need to get Lab Mark II to run the whole new sciences. Alright, Blooper again with these pretty lights. And again, this mod does something funny with lights. So this is very, very, very hard to see. But yeah, this mod was an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Absolutely killed UPS. On top of that, the biters have been keeping us company non-stop. Because our pollution cloud is all the way out there somewhere. Don't forget, spawns here. You know, this is where we spawned, and our pollution cloud has gone. It's gone well and truly to megabase scale. And our wall to keep the biters out, we've had to landfill everywhere to get the train tracks through. Because this resource, this map gen, I had no idea. Alright, I started here. Oh, Spawn's about here somewhere. I expanded out like 2,000 tiles in every direction, which is what I normally do for a map gen. I went, yeah, that looks good. It's got a little bit of water. It's okay. Biter's going to be a little bit difficult. It should be fun. And then as we've expanded out, we've gone, oh, crap. So the demands for the next map were quite simple, because it's the end of the month. A new community map starts tomorrow. No weird science mods. As few fluids as possible. And no water. So the good news is, by the time you guys watch this video, you've got a little bit of time, but then we're going to start the community, a new community map. Now, all the details are in the Discord, right? Your best bet is to scroll down the description, find the link to the Discord server, jump on the Discord server. All right, the commands are on the Discord server. All you got to do is ask. Everybody will be happy to tell you. It's normally apostrophe server with apostrophe server mods for any mods. There's no mods in the next month. It's plain, almost vanilla. It's a scenario. Anyway, jump on and come play with us, because I should be streaming. If you can go to Google anywhere and look up 9 a.m. Australian at 9 a.m. Sydney time, is when I'm hoping to start the new community map at roughly that time, right? And we're going to be doing something a little bit special. Again, it's our community map, so it runs for a month. So anytime over the next month, you're welcome to jump in, jump off. Oh yeah, we also had to do an insane rocket build, because we were just chewing through fuel everywhere we went. We were just chewing through rocket fuel, not rocket fuel, uranium fuel. I'm guessing a lot of it's got to do with the amount of trains we've got wandering around. We do have a couple of big berthas, you know. I got a big bertha right beside where I am standing, you know, right there. So yeah, so the requirements for the next month. Oh, and I forgot the oil build. We end up rebuilding oil all the way out here, which we found that if we just hooked up to some of these nice, healthy offshore sea rigs that deep sea oil, whatever they were called, we just landfilled straight over and put down a normal pump jack. They actually did wonders to keep our oil up and running. You know, they're not great now. Oh, that's 2,000. Can't argue with that one. 2,000. Oh wow, yeah, that one will do like half a. So that's got pretty crap. But it'll probably do a whole mega oil build all by itself. But yeah, we end up rebuilding oil. We're bringing in copper and iron directly, it seems, to smelt on site to do batteries. Okay. Sure. Why not? Let's do everything a little bit different. Again, like I said, I missed a lot of this event, a lot of this community server, because I was moving. And the ISP cannot disconnect and reconnect a internet line without desperately screwing something up. Anyway, yeah, new community map should launch around about 9 a.m. Australian time on the 1st of September. Oh, wow, we're in September already. So 9 a.m. Sydney time. Now I'll be on for probably 2 or 3 hours to set the map up, have a play, catch up with everybody. Like I said, I try to get on at least an hour a day. So if you've got some time, you'd like to come play with me or other members from the community, by all means, jump on the Discord, get all the details, swing by the community map. Remember, there'll be no water. That's important. And no funky science. We're just going to go plain, simple science. Plain, very, very... It'll be almost a vanilla map, you know. Yeah, you'll find out all the details when you come join. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I thank you to the whole team. Can I get... Wow. Thank you to the very, very, very long team of people that have swung by and helped out on the community map. I can't see. It tells me up here. Just off the screen. That's in the way. Of people that have come on the community map, said hello, helped out, built something, blown up something, whatever it happens to be. Thank you guys for swinging by. And that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. And I will catch you, hopefully, in the stream for the new community map. Alright, that's it. Bye!